Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm gonna do part 158 to my random videos and random gameplay series. In the last video of this series, we began our first Ingenuity video. Well, we didn't just begin it. In the last two videos, I'd say, mainly because I felt like the video splits. In the last two videos, we started our first Ingenuity thing. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to finish off this Ingenuity video. We're going to finish off this whole Ingenuity video. We only got 55 minutes and 37 seconds left, so no matter what, we'll finish it if we don't talk for too long. We'll still have 11 minutes even after this, so I could talk for a while if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about that. But I am going to go ahead and let you know of a little bit of a warning about tomorrow and Saturday. I am planning on taking a bath sometime later tonight. Because if I don't, then my grandma's going to make me take a bath tomorrow. Because we had to go to a Christmas party Saturday at my aunt's house or something like that, like Sheila's. And, yeah. So, I'm planning on doing something a little bit differently. I'm going to take a bath tonight, sometime later tonight, get it done. So, I'm going to make a video till later tonight, just letting you know. And, along with that, or you want to see a video later tonight? That's what I meant, sorry. I want to see a video till later tonight, just letting you know. And about Saturday, I know about tomorrow as well. Even if I get that done tonight and don't have to worry about it tomorrow, I'm still planning on probably taking a nap tomorrow. Especially if I am tired of this crap. Because my sleeping schedule has been way off the last few times. Every time I've been falling asleep now, here's the schedule that's been going on. I'll be getting sleepy around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll start falling asleep either in my chair or on the counter. And then I won't wake up again until like 8 o'clock. So yeah. And I'll be awake for the next 2 hours, and I'll be sleepy again about the same time again the next night, 11, 12, 1. So yeah. My sleeping schedule has been way off, so I'm hoping tomorrow I can start my sleeping schedule back on normal again. Taking a nap after school, which probably will happen. I'll go to school, after school, take a nap. Then as soon as I wake up, then do whatever else I want. Especially since I'm probably got back on the night. So yeah, guys, I've been talking for a little bit, a good while. It's been almost 3 minutes. So without further ado, I'm not going to waste no more time today. We're going to go and get started and finish up this Ingenuity video. Let's get to it, guys, and let's see what happens. Here we go. That's the end of financial goals section 2. Good. We're going to move on to the next one. This was kind of like the, normal, I can't think of, normal English section, because there's an introduction on this one, there's a summary, assignment, another assignment, and a quiz. We don't worry about the assignments in this one, but we'll worry about the introduction and summary. So yeah, it's called Careers, Salaries, and Lifetime Income. Let's go ahead and do it with the introduction. This is a long section, well, not too long, but it's 11 pages. We're going right to page 1, with this guy teaching us this time. Let's get started.
The process of choosing a career is not something to take lightly. There's some factors that need to be considered. Take a look at skills and interests, education, and how to research careers as we answer the question, how do you choose a career?
Start. horrible, and they make more things like this here.
It is important to consider your personal interests when choosing a career. You will learn more about this and more in this lesson.
Choosing a career. Julian thinks about which careers he would enjoy. He considers his personal skills and interests. He enjoys cooking and helping people. He always takes the time to make sure he understands what others say, which means he's a good listener. And he speaks Spanish as well as English. Then you gotta choose which career that you think would be good for Julio. Based on his skills and interests, which careers would Julio enjoy? I didn't get all the correct answers, but I gotten 3 good correct answers. There was one I was missing and 2 of them that I thought was right, but it wasn't. The correct answers to this section are a professional chef, an English or Spanish interpreter, a guidance counselor, and finally a tour guide. Those correct answers.
Julio might enjoy being a chef since he enjoys cooking. He might make a great interpreter since he already knows English and Spanish. He also enjoys helping people and is a good listener, which are qualities needed in counselors and tour guides.
Let's talk about preparing for a career. Different careers require different levels of training and education. So let's talk about post-secondary education. Post-secondary education is just the education you receive after you complete high school. Now, generally there's 2 paths: vocational training and college. Vocational training is basically skills training. So let's maybe you want to become a metal worker or a machine tools. Well, that's a vocational training to get you. Maybe you just want to program computers.
I want to hear something.
Maybe you want to take some vocational classes on how to learn maybe C++ language for computers.
Gosh dang it, that thing's being such a troll. I don't want that.
Professional writer, perhaps. Or college, maybe even half of you. There are 2-year colleges and 4-year colleges to help you get you. One thing to keep in mind is that more education is always good. It doesn't everything. However, it doesn't hurt. So important factors to consider, however, would be what interests you. What are you good at? What's going to make you happy?
Identify the education that is not considered post-secondary.
Which would not be considered post-secondary education. The correct answer for that was high school. If you don't remember, post-secondary education means something like training or things you get after high school. And that's one thing I forgot about completely. I've heard the word post-secondary, but never remembered it being like, oh, education after high school. I was thinking, what is in high school? That's why I got it wrong the first time, I believe. Which I picked vocational training, which wasn't right.
Post-secondary education includes any education you acquire beyond high school. This can include community college, universities, and vocational training.
I got it right the second time, and it was a second attempt, and I got it right saying high school, so yes. There we go. I had to click on it twice. Sorry guys, an ad for Super Smash Bros. Show up on the TV. Fun little fact, some of the ads were being such a troll. A few weeks ago, I was upstairs taking a nap or whatever, and when I woke up from the nap, I decided to watch TV for about an hour or 2 before I went down. You would not believe how many Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee ads showed up. I was about ready to punch the TV because of the fact they kept showing them and trying to ruin the game for me.
So salary and lifetime. Jobs pay money and spend. Make sure that the career also going to pay you financial goals. That you can find information on careers from a variety of sources. You can speak with counselors and career counseling centers. There are counseling centers in other colleges. You can browse career sections of bookstores or libraries. There's always someone there to help you find them. You can also visit reliable websites on the best U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. In considering different jobs and careers, there's a few things that you should know about to help you make a decision. First, benefits. You have how to compare job offers. You also have lifetime income. You need to understand these things in order to fully answer the question, how do you choose a career?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Done with this one, guys.
I'm sorry. This guy's so quiet. He's like the only guy that's really quiet. He's like the
There we go.
other than him. There's another guy on here that never smiles, but I think he's a little bit more louder than this guy. The lady's the loudest one. You can hear her, which I like. As long as I keep it down. I'm checking on the battery, guys. I might go play Super Monster Dungeon again. I'm almost done with it.
Last would be paid time off, not just for vacation. Things like disability. If someone gets hurt on a job and they need time off to recover, make sure that you have paid time off, such as vacation and sick leave, right? In order to ensure that you have money coming in, so that when you're taking that time off, you're not messing up your financial situation. Now, what about employers and salaries? If you get multiple job offers from different employers, how do you decide what job to take? Well, the first thing you do is research company websites and look at the Google Docs research on the company website. The first thing I look at is what are they trying to do with their product? What are they trying to do with their company? So what is their vision? Take a look at what they're doing. Make a decision of whether or not you will be a part of it. You can also research company salaries by career and location. So what's the average salary for the job you're looking at? What's the average salary that they're paying people to do the same job? Now, maybe in your state, it looks like you should be getting paid a certain amount that they don't pay. So maybe something to bring up to jump into a job, right? Now, you can also take a look at cost of living by location. This is extremely important because maybe your has some number that you think is very high, but then you realize, well, that job's in California. The cost of living in California is very high. Apartment rent is more expensive than, say, Arizona or Texas. The cost of food is more expensive as well in a place like California than other states. So you want to make sure that the amount of money you're being offered is going to fit the type of lifestyle that you want in the state the job is in. So you need to take into account all of this information and how important each employee is to you personally.
My opinion is not worth ruining a friendship over. Don't get me wrong, Courtney is a good friend, but I don't want anything more.
Here we go. Examine the information in the table to determine the best career option for Julio.
Julio is older now and has completed his education. He's a professional chef. Looking for a job, he received 3 different offers. He researched each job, and a summary of what he found is shown in the table. Based on the available information, which offer do you think is best for Julio? Correct answer for that one's the 3rd offer. That's in Las Vegas. It pays $108,000. You get health insurance and paid vacation. An average monthly rent is $839. Yeah.
Based on the available information, the 3rd offer is probably the best. The rent is lowest, the salary offered is highest. He also gets paid vacation time with the 3rd offer.
Let's go on to number 10. Page 10.
Money isn't everything, but it is extremely important. We want to talk about how you reach your financial goal for your lifetime. As we talk about lifetime income, now lifetime income is the total income you receive over the course of your lifetime. So take a look at the 7 years of positive effects on lifetime income. Talk about things positively affect your lifetime income. The most obvious way to say it would be salary. This is just the money that you're getting to do your job. So you get paid $40,000 a year, you get paid $60,000 a year. That's your salary. But it's not the only source of income that's coming from your job. The only potential source of income that you have. You also have training. I know with our education down here, that's so very important training. What I like to talk about is sort of personal training. Let's say that you see a job that you want, but you realize that I don't have the skills. That's all the skills that they need. You can class or take a class at college maybe to get you better qualified to get that job. And even if you don't want the job, you can identify training opportunities that can help you earn better you doing your job without hiring yourself. So again, add to your lifetime income. Now, employee benefits. Usually when people say that, at first they really need health insurance, dental insurance. There's nothing to talk about paying time. Talk about earning money. You don't have the ability to earn yourself. Maybe you're sick, maybe you're on disability, right? Or maybe you have paid time off for vacation. You just need to take a look, and they'll pay you for that time too. There's also have retirement money. That's something that you want the job to offer. That's the money that you'll be earning, putting in to the retirement savings account, earning money on that, so that when that day comes and you stop working, you'll have money to get you through the rest of your life. Finally, education. The fact of the matter is, education you have money. So, you finish high school, you need to be thinking about post-secondary education, whether it's vocational, it's college, university, whatever. You want to learn as much as you can. That is going to be a great positive effect on your lifetime.
Read the list and consider the options that have a positive effect on lifetime income.
So you had to read the list and pick the ones that like have a positive effect on the lifetime income, is what you just said. So there's only one incorrect answer on this one. I got them all right. The 4 correct answers are education, employee benefits, salary, and vocational training.
Cost of living can affect your lifetime income negatively if not taken into account when planning your lifetime income.
And that's it. We also the summary, and then we leave. Here's the salary. I mean, not salary, summary. I was going to say salary. Not the salary of the lesson. It's the salary of the lesson, everyone. Let's get paid for doing this lesson. That's kind of cool, actually. Getting paid for doing the lesson or watching the lesson. Neat. Oh well. Let's see what the guys can help with.
Answering the question, how do you choose a career? You've identified many factors that need to be considered when choosing a career, whether it's salary,
Here we go.
Consider your skills and interests. You also want to research various fields. Consider salary and cost of living. Also consider benefits. Take a look at some key concepts. Choosing a career. Think of your personal interests and your skills and abilities. Consider post-secondary education, vocational training, research and income protection. In addition to pay, you also want to consider employee benefits. Finally, consider the effects of your career choice. Lifetime income. It's a very important career. Being a doctor may be of interest to some. Seems like people like to come right? Getting into fixing doctors. The doctor's interest will probably lie in this, while the mechanic's interest will probably lie in mechanics fixing things and machines. About the education required of a doctor, we're talking plus residency in hospital to find and as far as mechanic, locations to job property. Look at the very range statistics. 2010, doctor salary. The average salary was $166,000. That's how much the average doctor made in 2010. And job growth was faster than average. In 2010, the median pay was $37,000 a year. And the job growth from that was faster than average as well. Please find don't forget when considering the career path that you're looking at. Consider the potential lifetime income of
Let's do it. Finish up the lesson, everyone. That one is hard to get through, though, but at the same time it kind of is. And that's one we got. I think it's the last one we can get to today. The next one is the sources of income. We're back to that woman again, which is really nice. We're going to go through the vocabulary section first. It has more vocabulary words than the last one did. It has 3. Here's the one where I think I helped you by using an example from my games. I might try using it again just so you remember it. Let's go and listen to the vocabulary words. The first one is
passive income. Passive income is income generated by a process in which the individual is not actively involved.
And that one is
capital gains. Income generated through a one-time sale of an item is defined as capital gains.
And finally, the last one is
earned income. Earned income is income generated from employment.
And that's it. We're going to listen to the woman again, and she explains more in the direct instruction. So I'm going to get started till she talks about. Or not. Now.
Welcome and hello, my name's Gail. I'm going to take you through a discussion today on different sources of income. Where do we get the money from? Let's take a look at this chart and make sure we understand what all of the rows and the columns represent. So within the rows we have different states: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, all the way down the list to California. Across the top we see the columns are labeled with different occupations. So on the first column we see OT salary. That stands for occupational therapist salary. So they earn that amount of money in a year's time, regardless of how many hours they work. In the middle column, we see OT hourly. That's occupational therapist on an hourly rate. So rather than being paid a salary, they're paid per hour that they work. And then in the final column, we see OTA hourly. That stands for Occupational Therapist Assistant Salary. Or hourly, excuse me. So that means this person is working with the occupational therapist and they're paid an hourly rate, so per hour that they work. So by using this chart, we can get a feel and compare how much income each of these positions are bringing in. Let's compare two different states. Let's compare Alabama to Arizona. I'm going to go ahead and circle those two on the chart here. Now let's compare an occupational therapist under a salary to an occupational therapist that's on an hourly rate. So in Alabama, the salary is $70,128. But in Arizona, they have a little bit lower salary, so $64,523. Let's see how those two states compare hourly, though. So when we compared salary, meaning they get that amount per year, Alabama was a little bit higher. But now if we compare the hourly rate, it appears that occupational therapists paid by an hourly rate
I'm sorry guys, he's very laughing. That sound you were hearing in the background, I get that ad on my computer. I don't even smoke it, I get that ad.
Compare occupational therapists
It's all laughing though, I heard it on TV in there.
that they work with and see how that pay varies as well. So here is just one example of many out there of the different sources of income that we have. We'll be comparing salaries and hourly rates quite a bit today in our lesson. As we take a look at some more specific examples, we're going to not only list all the different sources of income, but we're also going to calculate and practice actually figuring out how much money, both hourly and on a salary, that people might earn. And then we'll turn that around and analyze some of our own situations. So what's the advantage to having one type of income over the other? We'll talk about that today. So stay with us. We've got a great discussion ahead.
I want to continue.
We're ready now for the...
Oh my gosh.
We're ready now to take a look at all the different sources of income. And once we understand those different sources of income, we'll be able to really be smart about our financial plan and some of the goals that we have financially. Here's some pictures to get you started. Up in the corner, we see an image of a restaurant, perhaps a waiter or waitress. This is an example of earned income. That particular person is putting time in on the job. In exchange for their time on a daily basis, they are given money or compensation for their job. So it could be a salary. They get a certain amount every year. Could be an hourly wage, so they do the job and they get paid per hour. It's an example of earned income. We also see in the middle picture there an apartment for rent. This is a great example of passive income. Passive meaning you don't have to put in time or work on a daily basis to earn this income. An apartment for rent, for example. If you owned that building, you could rent that apartment to, let's say, a friend of yours. They're going to pay you rent every month. And you're going to earn that money, even though you don't go to that apartment every day and you don't put in time there, you're still earning that money. So that's passive income. In the third picture, we see a boat for sale. This is an example of a capital gain. So you have a particular item that you sell. Could be selling a boat. Could be selling some stocks. You sell the item, and in return, you earn money. So this is a one-time deal. You sell the boat, that person gives you money. deal done. So that's an example of capital gains. You might also hear this referred to as portfolio income. We use that word to describe that as well. So we have earned income, we have passive income, and we have capital gains or portfolio income. We're going to use those three to start up a good conversation today.
Which we can't start a complete conversation today because tons are brought up. In the next video, guys, we'll start the conversation like she said, and we'll talk about capital gains and passive income and all that stuff, including my own examples of like capital gain or whatever. So you'll see that in the next episode. Have a wonderful day, guys, and see you in the next video.